News for nerds, stuff that matters. World's first magma-based geothermal energy system. Posted by Solskal on Friday, January 31, 2014. From the Just Pour It Into Your Gas Tank department. Lucas 123 writes. The Iceland Deep Drilling Project, IDDP, announced it broke through to the mantle and created a superheated steam pipe capable of producing power at the nearby Krafla power plant in northern Iceland. The system was operational for several months until a malfunctioning valve forced its closure. The IDDP, however, plans to either reopen its first magma-based geothermal borehole, PDF, IDDP-1, or drill another one at Reykjanes. While the IDDP-1 is not the first borehole to reach the planet's magma, it is the first time an operation has been able to harness the mantle's heat to produce a steam pipe that could power a plant. Let's take a look at some comments. Score 5, funny. Have we learned nothing from science fiction? Score 4, funny. That if you go down far enough from Iceland, you will reach the center of the Earth? Score 5, informative. If gigantic seams that span the entire planet across the tectonic plates isn't enough to cause the planet to implode, I doubt a few small holes will either. Score 4, informative. Haha, actually it was accidental. When they broke through into a magma chamber, that wasn't the goal. They didn't realize they were that close, they were just trying to tap the hot rock near it. But after magma filled up the borehole a couple dozen meters, they decided to try to turn lemons into lemonade and produce steam. And it actually worked. But yeah, I think a lot of people have a gross misunderstanding how drilling works. You're not creating some big open hole that magma can just shoot up. If you tried that, the hole would collapse before you got very deep at all. Your hole is full of mud that is at least as high pressure as the surrounding rock. The gas isn't going to suddenly come out of solution and trigger an eruption when you drill into magma. You're not reducing the pressure on it. And I'm sure it's mentioned somewhere below, but whoever wrote this article is an idiot. The mantle isn't full of magma, it's solid. The crust is where magma is found. They did not drill to the mantle, they drilled into a magma chamber. The only thing I learned from the article was that they planned to try the same thing in Reykjanes. I fully expect people to freak out, given that's where 3/4 of our population lives. Smile. Also, I didn't know the stats on the sort of power they were getting out of that well. 36 mod 450 C steam from a single geothermal well is bloody insane. Hopefully this will prove to be economical and thus an incentive to stop destroying all of our rivers one after the next for hydroelectric power. Oh, and I'm not surprised to learn that alcohol was helping. There's 3 aluminum smelters here, and even the smallest of them uses more power than all of the homes and businesses combined. They built the largest hydroelectric plant in Europe, in the middle of the formerly largest undeveloped wilderness in Europe, just to power a single smelter. Score 5, funny. Am I the only one thinking an entire plant should be more redundant and resilient than the failure of a single valve? FYI, the Death Star design team has a vacancy. Score 5, funny. The Death Star design team has a vacancy. Look, the target area is only 2 meters wide. It's a small thermal exhaust port, right below the main port. The shaft leads directly to the reactor system. Only a precise hit will start a chain reaction which would destroy the station. Plus, the shaft is ray shielded, so they'll have to use proton torpedoes. That's impossible, even for a computer. Score 4, funny. C3PO, my god, you shoot small animals for fun? That's the first indicator of a serial killer, you freak. Luke, there's 2 sons and no women. To read this story, check the description for the link. Check out /.org for more articles. /. News for nerds, stuff that matters.